welcome to day 3 of this session, 7 days workshop where we are learning how to generate leads and sales. Okay, so today we are going to cover the most important part of the Facebook ads thing, which is called targeting. And which topics in targeting? Different types of Facebook audience. What is a customer avatar? Some people say it customer persona. So what is customer avatar or customer persona? Then what is remarketing? How to create remarketing ads, different types of targeting options, and how to research for your audience. Like people said that we need to do audience research whenever we are creating a campaign. So which is the tool which you can use to leverage these things? Okay, so there are three parts of a successful campaign. Whenever you're creating any campaign, there are three main parts in Facebook. First is targeting. Okay, second is ad copy, the description which we discussed at just above ad image or video. There is something called ad description where you mention more details about the product. So two things are there. Third is ad image. So why targeting is the most important part? Can anyone tell? Like even though people see image first, but still targeting, I consider targeting as more important versus image.
Yeah,
Can some
because the reason is if it doesn't go to the right audience, then however good your copy or your image is, it will not have any effect. So you have to target to the right audience who will really buy your product. That's why it is very important. If you send it to people who are not
Mhm.
interested, you lose out your money, however good your copy or image may be. So, for
Exactly.
example, if I have a weight loss webinar, online weight loss course, but if I target it to people who are thin, what is the point? I have to target to people who only want to lose weight. So that's why targeting is important.
Exactly. That was well said. Okay. And with that, okay. And give me a second. Okay. So that's why targeting is most important. See, like Priya gave a good example. So if you compare target, let me reiterate. If you compare target versus ad image creative, which is more important? Take one example where you have an average ad copy, but targeting is right. That means you are reaching people who own a dog. When you are selling a dog food, let's say you are selling food for dogs, and you are targeting people who own a dog, but your ad copy, ad image, everything is average, not that good, but you are reaching correct people. Case 2, you have written an excellent ad copy, excellent ad image, but your ad is being seen by people who doesn't have a dog. So then, of course, the second case is unsuccessful for us, because if someone doesn't have a dog, it doesn't matter at all how you, like, how it works. But on the other hand, if the copy is average but the targeting is good, it will work. So that clearly depicts it, right? So let's move forward now. So what are the different types of audience in Facebook? Okay, there are three types of audience. First is, which I say is saved audience. Second is custom audience. Third is lookalike audience. Let's go through them one by one. What is saved audience? Basically, it's nothing but the audience which you have to define, where you have to define the age, interest, demographics. You have to define the criteria that are they male, female, which gender or age, interest, what they like, what they don't like. Here you have to define everything. And that is the most important type of audience. And whenever you're starting with a new account, whenever you're starting newly, this is the only audience which you have available in your account. Okay, so now please type in chat like people who are aware what is customer avatar. Okay, I'm reading. Okay, Priya says aware, Akanshu says aware. What about others? If you're not aware, please type in not aware. That if you don't know what is customer avatar, please type in not aware. What about others? Okay, so some are aware and some are not aware. In fact, most of us are not aware. Okay, so let me quickly tell that in one line. Basically, why are you running your ad? To sell something. It may be your product, it may be your service, but your aim is to sell something. And when you are trying to sell something, have a picture of you definitely have a picture of the customer in mind. Whether let's say you are owning a grocery shop, then you know, okay, this type of people come to my shop. That okay, if you have a photography shop, you want this kind of customers. You don't want that customers, this customer. You have a particular set of customers, right? For example, if you own a gym, then you will tell, okay, I want this kind of people. Even though everyone can do the exercise, but still you will tell that I want people between this to this age group. I like to train this kind of people. Okay, so and when I am take my example, I am doing Facebook ads coaching. My audience is not students. I can teach ads to students as well, but they are not my target audience. My ideal customer is people who are mostly above age 35 and all. People who are professionals, people who are expert in their field, they have skill, they have a business. Those are my target audience, right? So you have mostly 99% of the times you people have that as a business owner, that who is your target audience. So sometimes we term it as customer avatar, or sometimes we tell it customer persona. So that's it. Like, who do you want to sell your product to? There's some picture in my mind, in the your mind. Let's say if you're selling $10,000 of product, not everyone will afford it. You will have to know that, okay, if I want to sell 10,000 worth of course, $10,000, I'm talking about dollar, like around 7-10 lakhs rupees. So if you want to sell that worth of a course, then you will have picture in mind. Okay, he should be of this age. He should already have these things. He should be a frequent traveler. He should be rich. Lots of things. And how to define rich? Maybe sometimes, mostly we can define in Facebook. Like for other countries, in Facebook there is an option that we can define the income level, but for India we can't define the income level, but we have to think of characteristic, like okay, he might be owning these expensive brands, he might be traveling by good cars, he might be international traveler. So with that kind of a thought, we might estimate that okay, we can try to reach those kind of people, right? So we have those things in mind, right? So please type in clear. For if you are now clear about this, those who have said not aware, please type in clear if you got the point. Okay, let me read it. Exactly, Gaurav gave it in 4 words. Your ideal potential customer. What is customer avatar? Nothing. Your ideal potential customer. Potential is the word. Not your customer, but potential customer. Right. Cool. Let's move forward. So when you're creating your ad on Facebook, on day one we discussed that there are lots of options you can target. So I've taken 10-20 of them. We'll quickly go through them once. Why is it important? Because you should know as a beginner that what are the possibilities in Facebook. Because when you are going to ad set level and doing your targeting setup, you should know that okay, I can target by this criteria as well. I can select by city, I can select by gender, and whatever. Like I can select by birth date as well. So you should know those things, right? So let's quickly, like with rocket speed, let's move on. Age, you can target people by age, gender, location. Location means city, country, continent, everything. Like even in like radius of 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, you can still target them. Which language they say. Let's say if you are selling a product from Bangalore and you want to sell it to local people there who speak Kannada, then you can target them. Or maybe you're a trainer who likes to teach people how to speak in Tamil. So you can target people who likes to learn Tamil, but they know only English. So you can select English and Tamil, and then you can uh, set up your ads, right? And then how much are your audience educated? Like, are they school pass outs, college pass outs? What? Anniversary, yes, that is also an option present in Facebook. Okay. Birthday, relationship status, are they married, single, divorced, or what? Parenting details. What do I mean the parenting details? Basically, if they have, like in Facebook, for example, if you have product for kids, for example, in case of my client Shalini Jasi is a handwriting trainer. Okay, so she teaches handwriting training to kids between, let's say, age 7 to 14 years. So we are not directly selling to those kids. We are not showing the ads directly to them. We are showing ads to their parents. And like estimation is that the parents would be between age 33 to 50-52 years. So first criteria what we have to put, like any gender where age is between 33 to 50 years. That is one age. Now we are reaching those age group. But now how to know that they have kids or not? There is an option. Parents with kids between age 0 to 3 years, between age 3 to whatever years, few brackets are there. So you can select from your bracket range that, okay, I want this kind of parents who have children, newborn babies, or maybe they are parents with teenagers and all, right? How does target, this is a question by Anish, how does targeting on anniversary or birthday help? Let's say if you own a gift shop, or maybe customized printing shop, like where you print something on mobile cover, print something on cup, mug, print something on cushions, and those kind of things are there. So if you are owner of those kind of gifting shops or gifting items or gifting websites, then you can use those things, that, and show the ads to friends of people who have anniversary. Let's say I go to Facebook and tell Facebook, show my ads to friends of a person who has an anniversary within this upcoming 30 days. Got it? So your ads will go to not the person who has anniversary but their friends, so that uh, they can give the gift to the person. Or you can show another ad to the person who has their anniversary, that, as a, let's say you are a restaurant owner, and you can tell them, throw a party to your friends on this wedding anniversary. Got it? And is clear? Both the examples you've taken. Graduation year, it's a must. Like use case, like why should you use graduation year? Employer, whether you are employed by Samsung, Accenture, or what. So those options are also there. Job titles. If sometimes you want to target people, like let's say you want to target dentists, you want to target CEOs of company. So those job titles are there. Travel pattern. Is he a frequent traveler? Does he like to travel internationally? Those kind of options are there. And with this, let me explain one point. The backend. Some of you might be thinking, how does Facebook get this data from? It's simple. Like we browse sites, right? Let's say if you want, if you're an international traveler, then our habit of browsing Facebook and the pages will be something related to that. That will be saying, okay, we'll be saying make my trip and trying to uh, like our entire habit will be based on those lines only, right? Let's say if you we can browse make my trip, we can get check how to get passport or something visa related. So I don't know how it works, but uh, you will get a rough idea on those lines, that how these things work, how employer title works. Like we keep on updating on Facebook that we are employed now working at this. Relationship status also we do that. So mostly it's tracked by our activity, that what pages do we like. So everything Facebook tracks, that okay, he's liking football pages related to sports, so he's a person who likes football, something like that. Got it. So online shopping pattern, again, Facebook can track that. If you're clicking on ads, if you're visiting websites like Flipkart, Website means we can click on ads as well, or we can visit their pages and we are checking out the offers organically. So that's an overview, like how you can think that it might work. How exactly it works, of course people at Facebook would know, right? But you can think on those lines. Income level, I told, like it's applicable only in US now, but not in India. And then you can target people by softwares they use, that is which operating system they use, Facebook pages they follow, mobile they own. Facebook pages that follow means like there are top pages like Domino's, right? Let's say if you are selling something related to Domino's, or maybe people who might like Domino's, like let's say who likes Domino's, people like me who likes junk food mostly. Okay, so I like a lot of junk food, so I like Domino's, Pizza Hut, everything I like. So maybe you have a product which whose audience is me. Maybe you don't have a eating product, you don't have a food product, but you know that people who like Domino's, he might consume this product. That will, it's called complementary product, right? Let's say for example, your complementary product means, let's say if you're someone is selling oil and consider Domino's as oil company, and then you are making brush like comb. Okay, you are making comb. So then you can say, okay, people who is buying oil, they will also buy comb, or people who are buying paste, they will buy toothbrush as well, something like this. So on those lines you can start thinking when targeting. Okay, so with the experience sharing how you can think, not just okay that if I have a restaurant then only I have to follow Domino's. No. Another example can be, for example, if you are owner of a protein powder company, then it's not necessary that you'll just target people who follow big protein powder pages. You can target people who follow bodybuilders. Okay, so if you can target people who follow bodybuilder pages. So people who like bodybuilder pages, they will be your customer. Vice versa is also true. People who follow Muscle Blaze or other protein brands, they might be customers for the gym if you are a gym owner. Okay, so getting the clarity, please type in yes if you are getting the clarity on how you can take the full advantage of it, not just one way but entire way, like 360-degree analyze and take the advantage. Okay, type in clarity. Okay, and then mobile they own, we have discussed multiple times, like which mobile they are on. Then you can lots of use cases are there, we'll not discuss again. Browser, which browser they are using, Chrome, iOS, whatever. Then device type, favorite authors. Now this is the part which I was stressing on more, like which pages they follow. Like are they following Domino's related pages, are they following pages related to sports, are they following pages related to finance, personal finance, pages related to ads. So if people are following pages related to ads, Facebook will again somewhere somehow tag them. Okay, he's a person who likes to watch pages related to ads. So when Pankaj will be getting ads, I will be getting more and more ads related to digital marketing courses only, because that is what I follow mostly on Facebook. If you follow clothing brands and if you click on clothing company once, you will get those kind of ads, right? So you can search on these lines as well. Influencers, speakers, athletes, businessmen, magazine, sports vehicles, art and craft, lots of things. Okay, so let's move on to retargeting. Do you have anyone has any questions related to this for now? Related to this specific questions, of course you can ask at the last. Should I move on? Please type in move on. Okay, so coming back to retargeting, this is the second type of audience, retargeting. Now let's say if somebody watches your ad, somebody clicked on your ad. Okay, you gave a ad, it was shown to 1 lakh people. Let's say out of those 1 lakh people, let's say 10,000 of them clicked on your ad, maybe commented, liked, shared, or clicked, tried to watch your ad. If it was a video ad, they watched your video ad. Now you know that okay, 10,000 people, 1 lakh people saw my ad, but these 10,000 people might be your potential customers because they stopped on your ad and started reading it or clicked it, whatever they did. So now what you can do is instead of showing next ad again to those 90,000 people who didn't like your ad, there's something called retargeting. You can create another campaign specifically for retargeting and choose the audience as people who have engaged with your ad. People, those 10,000 people who have engaged your ad. What are the benefits? That now you can tap same good audience who are most potential customers. You can tap those audience again and again. And with that, you are creating a brand recall, more chances of conversion, and ultimately the cost will be cheaper because they are the ones who are likely to convert, likely to turn into a client, right? So how you can do that in Facebook? Using a tool called custom audience. In Facebook only that option is there. It's called custom audience. I'm showing you, then we'll discuss practically. I'll show you practically. First is people who engaged with your social media. Like for example, somebody is your fan. You already have a business page. People who are liking your ad, people have who have visited your page. So there's an option you can target those kind of people. Then if you are running a conversion ad or a traffic ad where you're sending people to your website, then you can create an audience of people who have visited your website. And there are a lot many options here. People who visited your website, people who visited a specific page on your website. Let's say there are 10, 20, 100 pages on your website, but there's one particular page where you have mentioned about how to lose weight within 30 days. So then if somebody have visited that page, like from anywhere, maybe from Google, from YouTube, but if somebody has visited one particular page where you have an article on how to lose weight within 30 days, so you know that if people are coming to that page, that means people are interested in how to lose weight within 30 days concept. Then what you can do, create a product around that, or most probably you will already have a product around weight loss, so you can show your ads to only those people. It will be more targeted instead of showing your ads to random people. Cool. And then there's another option, people who have visited your website in certain amount of time, like within 7 days, within 10 days, like you can show your ads to recent visitors and all, right? I'll just give you an overview of something called Facebook Pixel. This is an advanced concept, so even if you don't get it, it's fine because we are just creating a lead ad. In these 7 days we are going to create a lead ad. For that you don't require a pixel, but it is important to understand the concept of pixel. Sometimes people get confused. Okay, let's say if you're running a conversion ad, that means you want, why should we use conversion ad? When you want sales, when you want leads directly, that means people should go to your website first, read more about you on your page, then sign up. That is one. uh, Two types of ads are there basically if you want to generate leads. One is lead ads. How lead ad works, people see your ad on Facebook. When they click on your ad, a form comes there only. You don't have to, people don't have to go to another website. A form will pop up there only. That is called lead ad. But another way is there, when somebody clicks on the ad, they will go to another website and there they will see the details and the form. So that is done using conversion ad. You can note it down. Okay, so in the second type of ad where one website is involved, then only we use pixel. What is pixel? Pixel is nothing but it is a small piece of code. It is a small piece of code where Facebook will, which Facebook is giving us, and we have to place that on our website. Okay, if you place that code on your website, Facebook will now get the entire data of your website. Entire data, like what kind of data? Like which people are clicking your ad, and which once people click on your ad, what pages they are visiting, how much time they are spending on your page, then did they buy anything or not, did they fill any form or not. So all this data will move to and from Facebook to your website to Facebook. Now what will Facebook do with this data? Facebook will optimize your ad more and more and more. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is, if you want to create custom audience, remember we discussed that if you have to create custom audience of visitors, so then let's say discuss that people who visited your website, how can you do that if you don't have a pixel? So pixel is mandatory if you have a web page. If you don't have a web page, you don't need to worry about pixel and all, right? So for example, for ads like brand awareness ad, lead ads, engagement ads, messaging ads, you don't need pixel. But whenever you have a website and somebody is clicking on your ad and then going to your website, then pixel is required, right? The aim is to, main concept is to retarget people and provide more good data to Facebook so that they can optimize more and more. For example, again take an example, your ad was shown to 1 lakh people. Out of those 1 lakh people, 10,000 clicked on your website, 10,000 clicked on the ad and visited your website. But out of this, those 10,000 people, maybe you will get just 500, 600 or 1,000 leads, let's say. So now Facebook needs to know, okay, uh, these are the kind of people where, these are the kind of people who converted, who signed up as a lead. Okay, now Facebook will optimize more and more and more, right? So please type in chat if you got a basic clarity on what is pixel. So please type in pixel if you got a basic clarity, like even 2% you understood out of this. Even if you understood 2%, that's fine. Once you revise it, you'll get more and more clarity. And you don't need to worry about pixel much at this stage, but it is important to know the concept because later on we have to run conversion ads for higher quality leads. Okay. Now again, just like pixel, this is also advanced concept, lookalike audience, which you won't be using right now at start, but it will be used after 2 months, 3 months to enhance your ad account performance. Okay. What is lookalike ad? That we know the concept of pixel. That pixel is a code which is there on your website, and with pixel, Facebook optimizes your data, right? That let's say if you started your ad today only, and first 10 you got 10 visitors on your website, just 10. Then out of those 10, one person filled in the form. Then Facebook will know, okay, this is the person who filled in the form. Another Facebook will send another 10 people. Again, Facebook will see, okay, now 3 people filled in the form. So Facebook will see what is the common similarity between these 3 people. So depending upon those similarity, Facebook will send more and more such type of audience. So that is the concept of pixel. Now, similarly, there's something called lookalike audience, that you will go to Facebook and tell Facebook, look, I have provided you this data. These are my 1,000 customers. Maybe using Pixel or whatever, you will tell to Facebook that these are my 1,000 customers or leads, data of these 1,000 customers. What you can do, Facebook, do one favor to me. Analyze the data of these 1,000 customers. Find the similarity. What they have in common. Do they like basketball? Or maybe they are frequent travelers? They might have something, few traits in common, right? Because initially we discussed, right? Whenever you are creating your customer avatar, there is few things in common, that their age is same, their gender is same, or maybe their timing to wake up in the morning is same. Facebook will know those data as well, right? When as soon as Facebook tracks everything mostly, right? So they can know, okay, suppose your habit is as soon as you wake up in the morning, you start reading Facebook or browsing Facebook. So basically, uh, you are telling Facebook that find some similarity within this 100 or 1,000 customers and give me more such customers. So what Facebook will do? Facebook will analyze those 1,000 data which you provided to Facebook. Facebook will give you more huge number of customers whom you can show your ads to. Facebook similar audience, like people who have similar characteristic, so that when you're running ads to them, you will have more chances of conversion. Again, got an idea like what lookalike audience is? We'll discuss more about that later. If you got an idea, type in idea. Basic idea, like the concept is you go to Facebook with some data, maybe 1,000 customer data, and then tell to Facebook, Facebook provide me more similar data. Simple. And Facebook will give you more similar data, so that you can, when you are running ads again to them, it will be like cheaper ads. And why did I tell that you will be using this after 2 3 months? Now you got the concept, right? Because the more data you give to Facebook, the better it can analyze. And what Facebook suggests is that at least you should give them 1,000 number of data. Why I'm saying number of data? Data can be 1,000 Facebook likes. It can be 1,000 visitors on your website. It can be 1,000 sales. It can be 1,000 leads. But it should be around 1,000 or more, because if they have more data, so they can analyze more and they can find more con characteristic. From 2 3 people, what they will do? It will be hard, right? So until for starting, if you have less audience, just use interest based audience or saved audience. That means select the interest, what they do and all. Once you have lots of data, after 2 3 months of your ad account is, when your ad account is seasoned enough, they have lots of data, then you can create lookalike audience. Not right now, but right now what you can do, you can create new audience ads. Plus retargeting, you can start from day one. Why from day one? Like, let me clear one more concept about retargeting. Okay, uh, there's one concept which I remembered. Like, there's one question, like frequently asked question by people, that should you run retargeting ads on day one? Like when you are starting a new account, should you run retargeting ads on day one itself? What do you guys think? Should we run or should we not run or not run? Like as soon as we start your ad, let's say you start your ad tomorrow and you're showing your ads to sell something. So should we parallelly start retargeting ads also, or shouldn't we start that? Maybe once we get good number of people, then we should start. Somebody is saying yes, somebody is saying no. Yes, no. Possibly. Gaurav says possibly because the people interacted. Aparna says no. Should see those ads. Uh, what I'll do, this is a good question. So I'll open up for voice chatting here. So please give me 1 second. I would like to hear your different opinions on this. Just give me a second. I'll unmute you. Like let's just let's start with Aparna. Okay, I'm unmuting you. Why did you say no? Why do you think that we shouldn't run ads, retargeting ads in the start itself?
I guess because Facebook is not yet optimized customers, so we have to wait for some days to optimize our ad and the perfect audience, and then we can retarget.
Okay, thanks for that. Now let me. Who else said no? Uh, Balachandar. Balachandar, let me try to unmute you. Would you like to put your opinion forward?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Because if you are doing it immediately, it doesn't make any sense. Probably after a day, after like 2 3 days, if they are going to see the ad again, it might help actually, not immediately.
Okay, got it. And now let me take opinion from Gaurav ji first, like Gaurav Dang. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Let me unmute you. You said in the favor of that we should run because people interacted. Let me unmute you. And am I spelling your name wrong or right, Gaurav Dang ji?
No, that's perfect. You're saying it right.
Okay.
And the reason why I think we should run it because retargeting is only done when any anybody that has engaged with your first ad. So whether you set it up day one, it doesn't matter. Only when somebody has interacted, they'll see the ad. So it could be 5 days later, 10 days later, but you've already set it up, right? So I think you set up both the ads together. When somebody interacts with your first ad, they will be retargeted right away. You don't have to wait to set up the ads because they will be set up the same day. Facebook knows when somebody interacted and only show the retargeting ad to people that have interacted with your first ad,
Exactly. Like
right?
perfect answer. So please type in perfect because Gaurav ji gave us the perfect answer. Let's clap for him. Type clap. Just give me 1 second. I'm switching on the charger. Please type in clap for Gaurav ji. It was a perfect answer. Just a way of interacting, nothing else. So that people are more and more engaged. Right. Because these are theory sessions. I don't want people to sleep and miss concepts. Okay. And Akanshu ji, would you like to add anything more from your experience on this, on the same question?
No, sir. I think Mr. Gaurav has given a fantastic answer, and that's how it works.
Exactly. Okay, thank you. So like you don't have to like for others. I hope everyone's concept is clear. And there's another thing also which I would like to add, that you don't have to worry about the budgeting part, that it's a waste of money. No, it's not a waste of money because you are just setting up the bucket. Let's say you have a bucket, you are running cold ads. There are two type of ads. One is you are running ads to new audience. Second is you are running ads to people who have interacted. So it's, think it as of a bucket, that whenever you are showing your ads to new audience, and then when somebody is interacting, you are putting that audience in that bucket. Another audience interacted, putting in that bucket. So you're telling Facebook what you're doing by creating a retargeting ad. You're telling Facebook, uh, whenever someone enters in this bucket, start showing them ads. So if the bucket is empty initially on day one, you don't have to worry. Facebook won't charge you because the bucket is empty. Facebook didn't reach any people, so it won't charge you. So don't worry about charges as well in that. But you might have seen the positive side, that whenever you interact with Flipkart or any other big websites, immediately you start seeing ads, right? They don't wait that, okay, I want to make him wait or not. So you just have to set up the mechanism and then just forget about it. Facebook will do the rest of the job. Cool. So let me move again forward. So there's another topic called audience research. Okay. Now it's a tool given by Facebook. In Facebook, it's called Audience Insights. Okay. I'll I'll show these things practically as well. Just I'm giving a theory, then I'll show this practically. That you can go and do your homework on these things. That let's say you want to analyze the behavior of your audience, like what they are up to. And if, for example, if you select India and then age, gender, let's say age 25 to 30, and then some interest, let's say Facebook ads, then Facebook will tell that people between this criteria, what other pages they follow, what location they live in, what jobs they are mostly doing. Got it? This won't be clear until and unless I saw a live demo. Give me a second. Let me open the Facebook audience research itself. Because your theory won't help. I'm opening my ad account. And here's the dummy account. Okay, so let me go ahead and share the screen again. Yeah, so if you go back to business settings or whatever your account is, you'll find an option audience insights. Just scroll down here in the shortcuts. On top left, scroll down, you will see audience insights. Click here. This is the tool which I was talking about. And then you can analyze the audience. Let's say if you already have a page and you have a data of, let's say, 1000, 2000, 5000 customers or more, you can analyze the behavior of those people, that what kind of people are following you. And if you're starting newly, you can select everyone on Facebook. And unfortunately, I think this way is going now. Audience insights is going away soon. The audience insights tool will no longer be available. Okay, but no worries, we still have 1 month to cover it. You can play with it. You're lucky guys, like you got this opportunity. After 1 month you won't be able to see it. So how it works, let's say if you type your country, let's say I'm typing India, and let's say my audience is, who are my audience, particular audience for me, let's say 30, between 35 to, let's say, upper limit, let's say 55, like anyone between 35 to 55 or 60 who wants to teach something, those are my audience. Gender, anything is fine for me. So interests, let's say Facebook ads, or maybe Facebook page admin. That means he's the owner of some Facebook page. That means if he's the owner of Facebook page, it means he's doing some kind of business. Now be it coaching or something, let me type in coaching as well. Maybe his interest is coaching. Okay, and maybe you can put more interest here, like 3 4 more if you want, you can put that. When you're giving your ads on Facebook, when you're setting up the targeting, you will select these things only, right? So now you will see that within this criteria there are 6 to 7 million people whom you can show your ads to. Okay, and what is their division, like 19% are women, 81% are men. Now you can check the relationship status of this criteria which you have selected. Mostly they are married. Makes sense, like depending upon the age. That's why it's mostly education level, not high school, university and all. And then here you can get an idea of their job titles, that out of this criteria which you have selected, what is their job titles. Now the most important thing, page likes, that if this is your audience, what they do. See, these are the top categories and these are the pages which they follow. Rajiv Dixit ji, they follow him. All Ayurvedic, Sanskar TV, Acharya Balkrishna. So if you think, like when you designed your audience avatar, if you think, yes, probably my audience watches these things, fine. But if you think, no, no, why would they watch these things? Something is wrong. Then you will go back and check some on these things. That if you want to target a coach, maybe coaching is not the right word, because coaching can mean anything, right? Even students can go and search for coaching, or maybe the trainers are themselves looking for a coach. But you want people who are willing to coach, who are a coach, not who are getting coaching. But by coaching, it's a vague word, it can mean lots of things. So you can see that if this criteria is matching, okay, your audience is doing this kind of things, then fine. That is one use case. Second use case can be, let's say you will know, okay, uh, this is the pages which they follow. So now you can create ads related to this kinds as well. Another thing can be, another use case, you can target these pages as well sometimes, right? For example, when you're going to Facebook interests targeting, you can see if this targeting is possible or not. Let's say, let's keep this page open. Let me go back to ads manager and let me show you the demo where you can do targeting and all. We are coming back to campaigns, click create, select your like whatever you want objective. I'm taking lead generation, click on continue, go to ad set. Here you have to set up the targeting. Location I'm leaving for now. Age, let's say I'm selecting 35 to, what was the age? Let's say 55, doesn't matter. Now here you can target, like I was telling you that in interest targeting you can do lots of targeting. That would be homework for today. Go here and explore these things. Like we have learned lot of things, right? Like you can target frequent travelers. Let's say frequent travelers. Let's see if we get something. Frequent. See, there's something. Frequent travelers behavior. And when you hover over that, it will say, what does it mean? People whose activities on Facebook suggest that they are frequent travelers. Frequent international traveler, people who have traveled abroad more than once in past 6 months, more than once. So you can think on these lines, okay, why should I target them? And if your product is related to them. Now let's say you want to target by job titles. Job title, let's say senior manager, let's for something, senior manager. You want to target people who are on management level or something. So you are targeting by these things, people who have listed their job title as senior account manager. Now, if you want to go through this one by one, just to get an idea, click on browse, click on demographics. Here you can find lots of things, education level, and then you can like just go through it once and see what possibilities are there. Okay. Field of study, chemical engineering, computer engineering, graduation year, financial, income, like income I told no, it's not applicable for India, just for US. Life events, anniversary, away from family means mostly they might be, let's say one case can be they are in hostels, so you can give ad related to those people. Date of birth, month of birth, people who have birthday in May. So another use case can be like if you have any business, this is the best part for this is the use case which can be applicable for everyone. The birthday ad, there's a concept called birthday ad. Okay, in Facebook you will be seeing that you will be able to target people who have a birthday in a particular month. So what you can do, if you're selling any product, any service, doesn't matter, you can go and create an ad on Facebook and tell that because your birthday is on April, we are giving you a 30% discount. Then the person who is seeing that ad will be amazed. Oh, how does this company know that my birthday is on April? Chances of clicks will be more, and if clicks are more, conversion will be more, right? So found this interesting birthday ad trick. Please type in interesting if you like this birthday ad trick, or better type in birthday if you found this birthday ad interesting. For any product you can do birthday ad. If you're giving coaching, if you're giving demo, if you're inviting to webinar, you can tell since it's your birthday, we are giving you free invitation to our webinar. Since it's your birthday, we are doing this. Since your birthday, we are doing this. So people, there are agencies where people just create ads revolving this birthday. Okay, and then friends of men with a birthday within this date. Parent, relationship, interest, behavior, job titles, where they work, which industry they work. Just keep on exploring these things. Travel patterns, purchase behavior, people who are frequent shoppers, mobile device users. Okay, digital activities, everything is there. Just keep on exploring it. Cool. So this is what we learned today. Now let me go back to my slide and see if there's anything left. Okay, audience insights we've discussed. Perfect. We've discussed everything, and I've also shared the demo. Perfect. Let me come back to chats once and let me check. Okay, how to allocate budget for remarketing? Like Bala, it depends on budget, like how much audience you have in that bucket. We talked about there's a remarketing bucket. So how much audience you have? You can start with like 70-30% allocation, maybe 70% of the budget to main ad, cold for a cold audience, and remarketing maybe 10%, 20%, 30%. Then slowly you can increase it or decrease it. Mohammed Sai says there are rumors and Facebook and Instagram ad is being banned. I don't believe in it. It won't be possible. Like it's a big decision. It can't get banned easily. And I have heard that I didn't check the news, but today I saw that even WhatsApp has challenged Indian government back that you can't force something on us. But just think like that. It shouldn't get banned easily. It's a big company, and India is also getting benefits from this. Like TikTok, they had banned for some other reasons, like there was some security breach and all. It's not because that there was India-China war and all. For security breaches, they had banned, but they can't ban Facebook and this thing unless they have some issues and all. That's my opinion. For exact thing, you have to check news and all. Okay, Aparna, how we can retarget customer from apart from the pixel? Yes, Aparna, like apart from the pixel, you can still retarget people, like people who have clicked on your ad, people who have uh, for everyone. Let me show you one thing. See how you can retarget. Once you are on this ad set level, go to create new custom audience. Is everyone able to see this screen? I'm not sure like if this screen is shared or not. The custom audience screen. Please type in yes. Okay. So if you go to this ad set and then click on create new custom audience, here you will be seeing the retargeting options. Aparna, you can find your answer here as well. That pixel is used only if you have a website. And out of these 7, 8, 10 options available here, only one retargeting option is there for website. Remaining 11 options are there without pixel. So what can you do without pixel? You don't need pixel if you want to target people who have liked your Facebook page, who have interacted with your ad, who have interacted with your Instagram account, who have watched your video, who have clicked on your ad, anything they have done on Facebook. And even before visiting your website, what happens? First, they click on your ad, then they visit your website. So even if they clicked your ad, that means they interacted with your Facebook page. So you can still retarget them without pixel. So no need to worry about pixel. See, let's say I'm selecting people who engaged with our Facebook page and select next. Here you will get the options. People who engaged with your page. What does that mean? Includes people who have visited your page or taken action on a post or ad. So even if people have taken up action on a post, any post, you can still retarget them without a website, without a pixel. No need to worry about that. Cool.